Pets being taken and resold on the streets. A story that will have you watching them closer.
Coming up, meet a grateful rescue volunteer who helped foster a pup who has a lot of fight left after a devastating diagnosis.
Much more ahead on Grateful Rescue TV.
And we've got Dixie the praying dog and all of the wonderful things that she does to help families and veterans and more, and how she got a brand new car.
And welcome to Grateful Rescue TV. I'm Pamela Terhune with my dear friend Patty Spittler. And we have Cricket with us today.
Cricket is the new mascot for Grateful Rescue, Grateful TV show. Tell us about Cricket.
Cricket is a baby that came to us. So she's only 10 months old.
Only 10 months old?
She came to us earlier this year, and she was one of the parvo survivors.
Yes.
We had the litter of parvo victims, and we decided that Cricket needs to stay. I remember her tiny little body laying in my arms, fighting the illness, and she came through okay. And
she did.
After we lost faith, I decided, I think I'm going to keep her, Patty.
You're going to keep her. The others got adopted, right?
They all got adopted.
They all got adopted.
Yeah, everybody's living their best life.
Oh, and a fancy collar, too.
And Cricket's here with us.
Oh, she's so sweet. So sweet. What is her background? Do you know what her breed is?
She's an Anatolian Pyrenees mix. And those dogs usually live grow to be over 100 pounds.
And she's not there yet.
She's not there yet, and we have seen some of her siblings, and they're a little bit bigger than she is. So Cricket may be one of the smaller ones.
She is.
But we love her.
She is a love. I love her too.
And she's very well behaved for her breed.
Yes, she's got a good home. And speaking of homes, we have a story about 2 dogs who were stolen from a family.
That's right. And Grateful Rescue had the pleasure of reuniting one of those dogs with her family.
So I was deeply in sleep, and I just feel my mom shaking me up and just looking at me panicked. She was just like, "Leslie, wake up. We got to go find the dogs."
This is the story of 2 dogs stolen from their own backyard. Sophie, an adorable therapy dog, and Kiko, the bulldog.
We were panicking. My brother was awake at that time, and he loves the dogs, especially Kiko, because they are just buddies. I mean, we got Kiko for him, so he was really panicking, and I could hear it in his voice when he would scream the dogs' names.
Leslie Soto Benitez and her family created missing dog flyers and posted them all around the neighborhood. Facebook users provided some clues. Kiko the bulldog was spotted with an unknown man on a street corner, and the little dog Sophie was with a stranger less than a mile away from home.
My daughter and her boyfriend were driving in the area of Washington and Sherman and saw a homeless lady with a sign that said that she needed food. And my daughter asked her if she needed some water for the dog, and she said no, the dog was fine. And the next time she drove back past, there was a sign that said dog for sale. I was afraid of who might end up buying it and what might happen to the dog. I know people buy dogs, especially the smaller dogs, for bait dogs, for dog fighting and things like that. So I just said, we've got to get her off the street. And we brought her home.
Chris Hardy began looking on Facebook in lost dog groups to help find the dog's rightful owner, and she received help from animal rescue volunteer Tracy Wagner, who knew Sophie's story needed a happy ending.
I could pretty much tell because of the condition the dog was in. The dog was in way better condition than the people who had the dog. The dog was either stolen and trying to be sold, or somebody found the dog and they were trying to sell the dog. But either way it went, that dog did not belong to her, and I could tell that.
That's when Tracy turned to us here at Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary.
I contacted Pam via Facebook and told her kind of what was going on and asked her if she'd be willing to hold on to the dog until we could either find its owner or we could find it a new home if the owner wasn't found. And she immediately stepped up and said, yes, I will.
And we're sitting here with Sophie's owners, Giselle and Leslie. And as you can see, Sophie's very comfortable and happy to be back in her owner's laps. And we'd like to share the story of how we realized that Sophie was in fact Giselle's and Leslie's family's dog.
You showed me Sophie, I was just like, I just wanted to cry because I immediately knew. I recognized her looks, and I was just like, yeah, that's her. She did, and she also, there was several people that were trying to claim Sophie, and it wasn't actually their dog. And but Leslie had a certain little beauty mark that Sophie has that couldn't be mistaken. Yeah, she has a little tiny beauty mark right there on her bum, hidden underneath all her hair.
So as soon as she told me about Sophie's little beauty mark on her rump, we knew that this was in fact Sophie's family.
Sophie definitely found angels on her way, and I am so grateful for you and for your community's help on bringing her back home. Because honestly, I didn't know what. Sorry.
You probably worried you were never going to see her again. And you could tell Sophie's very loved. Well, we're going to show Kiko on our program. We're going to try to alert everybody to be on the lookout for him. And maybe there's still more yet to this story to come when we bring Kiko home.
Kiko was last seen in downtown Indianapolis. There is a $500 reward for his return. If you've seen Kiko or know where his family can find him, please contact us at 888-SAVE-ALL or 765-702-4851.
Great story, and also a great ending because I was going to adopt this dog when you got her.
You were going to adopt her.
Oh, she was so sweet.
We were in love with her, and she seemed like the perfect fit for you. Little did we know she was missing her family.
Yes, and now she's with her rightful owner, so all's well that ends well.
All's well. Much more ahead on Grateful Rescue TV.
And we've got Dixie the praying dog and all of the wonderful things that she does to help families and veterans and more, and how she got a brand new car.
Coming up, meet a Grateful Rescue volunteer who helped foster a pup who has a lot of fight left after a devastating diagnosis.
Andrew, will you read me a story? Oh yeah, let's watch Faith's Book Nook.
Grateful Rescue presents Faith's Book Nook. Watch dozens of storytelling videos right now at gratefulrescue.org.
When we arrived on the scene, I would run towards the fire, barking at the men to hurry up with their hoses of water.
I can watch it as a bedtime story, or anytime I want to learn about animals.
Thank you for joining us tonight for tonight's book reading, and thank you for supporting Grateful Rescue.
I'll lend you my daddy. I'm sure you'll agree. Now that he's home, he belongs just to me.
Celebrities and pet lovers of all ages read their favorite books about animals.
This is First Dog Henry Holcomb, and we have a story for you. Apparently it smells good.
Storytime is anytime at Faith's Book Nook.
Watch Book Nook anytime on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Faith's Book Nook right now at gratefulrescue.org.
Grateful Rescue TV with Adam Byers-Dunn, who's with us today, videographer with a really uplifting, emotional story you're going to tell us about.
Yes, we had one volunteer that came in to Grateful Rescue to kind of take Izzy the boxer mix, to kind of take her in and kind of live the rest of her life.
Okay. So there's some twists and turns here, but you'll feel good about it in the end, right?
You will.
Okay, let's take a look.
Nancy White started volunteering for Grateful Rescue back in the summer of 2023 to help Pamela train her newest set of puppies when her own personal tragedy had struck.
So I was doing puppy class, and that's when my dog got ill and passed very quickly. And there are just so many dogs out there that need help, and you can't look at it like, well, they might go to another home. You know, and I get attached and it'll be too hard to let them go. You can't look at it like that. You have to look at it like you're helping them on that next path.
Pamela asked Nancy to hospice foster Izzy, who's had a rough journey but still has a spark of life.
Pam found Izzy in an overcrowded shelter in Indianapolis that was a kill shelter, and she had a big mass, a big mammary mass. So Pam got her out, brought her home. They had the mass removed, and it was cancer, and they gave her 6 months to live, and that was a year ago. So Pam didn't put her up for adoption. Pam was just going to give her a home for that last 6 months, and Izzy kept getting better and better and not worse and worse. And after a year, Pam thought, well, I think she's going to be fine. But she didn't want to put her up for adoption because of her diagnosis. And I was looking for a dog to foster, and Pam said, would you be interested in taking Izzy, knowing what her prognosis is? And I said, sure, I'd love to have Izzy. And I had just lost my dog, and I was looking for company, and I was looking to volunteer, and so everything just kind of came together, and she's been a good fit. Having Izzy has been wonderful. She's a lot of company. She has a lot of personality. You can tell she loves being here. She's part of the neighborhood watch, and when she goes out into the backyard with the squirrels and the birds and all those, she wants everybody to know there's a new sheriff in town.
Being a hospice foster parent, Nancy knows her time may be short with Izzy, but she wants to give her the best life she can give her while she's still on this blue planet.
I think the difference is because it's a foster and it's not a dog that you've had for 10 years. So you have that attachment and you want the best for her, but you have to be willing to make what time she has left the very best. You can't just say, well, no, that's too hard for me. Well, it's not about me. It's about Izzy. And if Izzy can do it, I can do it. So Izzy and I, we're going to do this together. I saw something the other day that said, you know, your dog was only with you a small part of your life, but for them it was their whole life. And you kind of forget that. And if you can just give them just that little part, you're giving up so little to make such a big difference for them. I like it.
Nancy believes that Pamela is doing the hard work that is necessary to keep dogs like Izzy out of kill shelters and in homes to live out the rest of their lives.
I honestly don't know how Pam does it. I don't know how she hears the stories that she hears. I have a lot of gratitude for what she does. And once you learn that there are that many dogs and cats in need, fostering is such a small thing that you can do to help, but it's a thing that you can do to help. One of the reasons I brought Izzy home with me is because Pam always has that need to take in other dogs. And so if you can help Pam with the dogs she's taking in, that just means Pam can take in more dogs.
For Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Adam Byers-Dunn.
Today we brought from Terre Haute, Indiana, 24 pallets of wet pet food, dog and cat food. We are a private labor company, and we're excited to support our community and help the animals in needs.
This is wonderful. We have 30 different organizations here to share in the wealth of this tremendous bounty of food supplied by Saturn Pet Care. They're so wonderful. Brought a semi-load full of food to distribute to all the local shelters and rescues from all over the state.
It's great to be here. It's a beautiful day. They got the two-seaters out there running around the track, so we've got some great noise going on with race cars, and of course, you know, thanks to Saturn that we're getting these pets fed.
And I'm just over the moon grateful because without these kind of donations, I couldn't feed my dogs.
For Saturn Pet Care, it's a big value to support our communities and the animals in need, and doing that, it's really, let's say, grateful. It's great to be a part of that.
We are coming to graciously pick up some pet food to help the rescue.
Why is an event like this so important?
Oh my gosh, so there's such an inundation of dogs that are no longer cared for that the rescue takes in, and they have so many medical bills, and just to get them healthy enough to adopt out.
So Saturn Pet Care is a German-based company. We're a private label. In Germany, we are the largest wet pet food organization, again, private label, and we came to the Terre area in 2019, and we're operational since 2021 in April, and we're expanding again with our capacities, and yeah, very excited for a great future.
Makes my heart so happy. We have been working on this for several months on trying to get it organized, and there was just such a need, and there needs to be storage, and Saturn has been an amazing partner in getting this done and being so generous.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much to us and the animals, and it enables us to keep going. So absolutely very, very thankful.
Thank you, Saturn Pet Care and Grateful Pet Rescue, for all the donations today.
Grateful Rescue TV continues with Dixie. You know Dixie, the praying dog, and she's got something new and special, new car.
She does, and a race car driver helped make that happen.
I'm Brian Calvert. This is my therapy dog, Dixie the praying dog. Dixie does therapy work for veterans and kids, and we're also on a TV series on Amazon Prime called The Pack. It's like The Amazing Race with dogs. You can watch it now on Amazon. She's in the Mayberry Man movie that's on Amazon now. We just filmed the sequel to that, and we got a new movie in the works, but her most important job is helping out veterans and kids. So this is Dixie's new Indy car. She has two little Jeeps that she drives, but our friends Norma and Allentor Jr. and the folks at Grant King Racing got her a new Indy car to drive around. It's got the Ensor King logo on there, so Dixie hopped right in it, took right off. Pretty fitting to have it drive around the day in the shadows of the greatest racetrack in the world. She loves riding in it. When you hear her barking like that, that's her. I tell her to honk her horn, but she's excited. She loves riding in it, and she's barking the whole time and having fun with it. It's a lot lower profile than the Jeeps for sure, and it's got some lighting on there. I'm still not done with it yet. We just got it back in May, and I haven't had time to really up the decal package on it yet, but it's going to have all Ensor King Racing decals and Dixie the Praying Dog decals on it when I'm done with it. And it'll have Al's number, either 3 or 33, whichever one he wants us to go with. Honk your horn, Dixie. Good girl.
Grateful Rescue, and we have a big event coming up. This is the 3rd annual, right?
3rd annual Grateful Fest, all fun, and it's in a new location. This year we're at the Morris Meadow in Yorktown. Beautiful rolling hills, a nice little creek, rubber duck race, a lot of things being added this year.
Okay, and you can bring your puppy on a well-behaved, on a leash.
It is an animal event, and there's a parade, and of course Dixie the Praying Dog will be there too.
Oh, I love it, I love it.
And you'll be there.
I'll be there too. I may be on a leash as well. You never know. So I'm well behaved.
Some days.
And will Cricket be there?
Cricket will absolutely be there. She sure will. And a lot of her litter mates will be there as well.
Okay, it's a big event. Good for fundraising, raises awareness, good for Grateful Rescue. So we hope to see you there. What day is it again?
October 7th on a Saturday.
And now, through the magic of television and technology, let's take a look back at Grateful Fest.
Yes, let's look at the highlights of last year's event.
We came to just have a good time, bring Bella out to kind of socialize with some other dogs and hang out with the family. It's a great time. This is the first time I've ever been, so nice to see everybody come out and for a good cause.
This is Luther. We've had him for
maybe about a month, about 2 months. We adopted him out of Greenfield. He was found wandering around out in the country, and so we rescued him, and we also got him neutered. We've has another surgery to help prevent bloat, so hopefully that makes him live a little bit longer, so we don't have to worry about that.
This is Luna. We adopted her 2 years ago. She's a rescue as well, and then she had, when they were spaying her, they discovered she had cancer, so we had to have her eye removed, and she's a really great dog.
We've got Prudence, who is a 9-month-old standard poodle. We've got Anyang here, who is about 3 years old. She's a Catahoula Lab Boxer mix. And then Rita is another standard poodle. She's about 9 years old now.
I'm Addison Hughes. My dog's Milo. I'm here because I'm volunteering for Grateful Fest. My favorite thing about Grateful Fest is probably just seeing all the dogs and all of them happy.
Why did you want to do this? First off, wonderful, congratulations, a wonderful turnout. Why do this? This is a lot of work.
Well, it is a lot of work, but we wanted to, first of all, promote our rescue. So we made everything affordable, fun, so that everybody can get out around people with their animals who they love more than some people.
Okay. Thank you so much. Pamela Hume, Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary. She's the real deal.
We're here with Susan Hobbs and her little baby Daisy, and I have to say I'm a big fan of Daisy's, and I have been for a long time.
She's a character.
She is a character. Tell me about Daisy.
Well, I've had Daisy, or she's had me, for about 7 years now. One afternoon, I got a call from Indianapolis Animal Care Services, and they said, we have a Brussels Griffon in the shelter. And I was fostering at that time for a Brussels Griffon group out of Chicago. And I said, oh my, you never see a Brussels in the shelter. So I jumped up from my desk and ran down there. And I went in the office and I said, where's the Brussels Griffon? And they said, and it was Daisy. And I said, that's not a Brussels Griffon. I'm not sure that's a dog. Because I'd never seen anything quite like her. And with that, they said, well, you're going to take her, aren't you? And I said, well, okay. So I did. I took her, fully intending to get her with the Brussels Rescue Group and finding a home for her. But within about 2 days, I realized she had a home. So, yep.
And you did a DNA test on her. Was
We
she a
did.
Brussels Griffon?
No, not even close.
Not even close.
No. This, right here, that's a Chihuahua. She's mostly Chihuahua, a little bit of Shih Tzu thrown in, and there's about 20% they couldn't identify. I think it's either dust or pizza crust or something, something like that.
Or maybe some ham.
Oh yeah, she can. She's quite a fan of ham.
She loves her Santa ham.
Her Santa ham, yes. We had ham for Christmas a few years ago, and she just went berserk over ham. So we call it Santa ham.
You like the Santa ham? Yes, I do. Well, I have to say that this is such an honor for me because I have been following Daisy on Facebook. You have a very wonderful, unique knack of humanizing Daisy.
It's easy to channel her. She's incredibly judgmental, usually very grumpy. She complains a lot, and her facial expressions, I've never seen a dog with such incredible facial expressions. I mean, it's pretty easy to decipher what she's saying.
And you're perfect at putting a title with that.
Oh gosh, thanks. Yeah, well, it's all her and very little me. Again, I just channel what she's telling me. So.
And what does Daisy like to do for fun? She
judges.
She judges. How do you come up with all these little sayings and memes and things like that?
Again, I just kind of channel what she's telling me.
Thinking.
Depending on the situation, we're in, and it's pretty easy, really. But like I said, I've never seen an animal with the facial expressions. They're pretty hysterical.
I think she is the cutest. You've heard the expression, they're so ugly, they're cute. She's so cute, she's cute, aren't you? I just love Daisy, and this has been such an honor to have her. I've been trying to get you for a while.
I know. Well, you know, her busy schedule, and she does have a whole team of attorneys that we have to clear her appearances through. So.
Now, does she have her own social media account yet, or anything like that?
Well, she has an Instagram account, but she's kind of technology challenged. And I told her, I set up the account, you post the pictures, and she hasn't done it. So she basically works through my Facebook account, which is Susan Hobbs. And yeah, we try and post, 3 or 4 times a week, because again, she's got quite a following.
And you're really good at doing this.
Oh gosh, it's fun.
You need to,
it's
You need
fun.
to friend Susan Hobbs
Yep.
on Facebook and follow Daisy, because it's adorable.
Hi, I'm Peggy. Hi, I'm Denise. Hi, I'm Eileen. And we volunteer for Grateful Rescue.
This is Zeep. She's my rescue from Animal Protection League over in Anderson. I've had her about 1.5 years. She's been a little bit of work. She's been worth every bit of time and money.
I have a little kitty cat, and I'm actually fostering one of Grateful Rescue's dogs, a little Maltese, and in the process of adopting actually, and he is absolutely adorable and just as sweet as can be. It's not a shelter, it's literally a rescue and sanctuary where if these animals don't find a home, they don't have to worry because they're going to have a beautiful place to live for the rest of their lives, and it's just amazing.
They have a lot of different programs that they do, and one of them is a nursing home program where Pam and some of the other volunteers have taken their dogs to the different nursing home and let the residents love on them. And sometimes you might run into a resident that's not really people friendly, but when you bring a dog in there, they just melt.
We're so glad she lets us be part of her vision. Yes, she does what we wish we could do, but we do it on such a small scale. Her scale's going to be grand, and it's going to take lots of us to make it work.
Sometimes I like animals better than I do people. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And we thank you for joining us on Grateful TV. I think Cricket's giving us the opinion that she's tired.
I think she is very relaxed, and she enjoyed this episode, and she's ready to take a nap after a hard day's work.
Oh, we invite you to go to gratefulrescue.org and take a look at what we have to offer and what Pamela can give you, and wonderful stories and wonderful things to share, and maybe you can even help out as well.
Thank you, Patty. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.